Hello, and welcome back. Wanted to quickly talk to you about the next series in the real estate. We're going to go straight into that. So thank you for being with Dr. Pamela Y. Smith as we go on and talk about real estate. This series that we're going to talk about is just about real estate. And the reason I'm talking about it is in my previous tape, I talked about how this was the first business that I went into real estate, and how I wanted to uh, just buy a house and end up getting great offers on various types of real estate. So that's what this talk is about. What are the type of real estates that you can get into that you can truly make money in? Real estate, as you know, is a very good tool to become wealthy and have assets. There's a lot of things you need to do to keep those things intact. I'll teach you all those things about what I did, what I found, certain things you have to make sure that is handled, that you take care of. And everything that you do that comes to real estate is business, okay? It's all about business. In my link in description, I'll have a link of how you can get a free guide on how you have to be in a relationship with your business. Anything outside of your home that you're doing that's going to make you money, it's business. Even if you are working for someone, it's still business. You have to know how to separate personal and business. These are separate things that you have to really, truly hone on. And I'm going to teach you all about that. I'm going to talk about it. This is what I do, relationship. So let's talk about the types of real estate that out there that you can get involved in, that you can really truly make money with. Okay. One is the main one everyone knows about is a single family home. So your single family home is a home that you buy for yourself when you want to begin to start a family, and it's going to have possibly access of more than 3 bedrooms when you're doing a single family home. But today, single family homes can be a condo, it could be a townhouse. So those things are great types of products to get into. Okay. Now let's go on to the next one, multi-units. Now multi-units can be considered a duplex, triplex, quad. And the reason I'm stating this is because those units are still considered, if you purchase it, as though you purchased a single family home. And we're going to talk about that because that is still something that you can buy, and the loan would be shown as a single family property versus a property that is making you a commercial style living. But again, it also is better to get because they'll use the rents as your asset. Okay, so that means whatever rents are being received is considered your revenue or income. Okay, got me? And therefore, it raises your probability of purchasing it with what you already have, which gives you a greater opportunity to purchase something that in that level. And those were the things I really went into, not knowing at the time that what was going on. Even though she was telling me about all this, she wasn't really giving me the gist of how I was getting all these duplexes and these triplexes and how they was really making me money, because she was just, hey, coming. My girl that I was using was just coming with some great deals, and she would just say, hey, I got this deal. Do you want this? Do you want that? And that's how I was doing it. When it came to those type of properties, I didn't know the reason I was able and capable of getting them so was on the basis that part of the property was my income or my revenue coming in that could cover the note. Okay, so those are the ones that I recommend you try to go into if you want to go into real estate and you're just starting out and the property are not that what I would say large. They can be townhouses. Most duplexes, triplexes are usually townhomes, or a ranch house connected together. So if you can find something like that, recommend it. Go into it, get into it. The other one, now we're talking about even more multiple units, which we would consider apartments, okay? Apartment style living. Those considered, anything past 4 units is considered apartment style. So 5 units and up is considered apartment style, and therefore you're purchasing a commercial loan. A commercial loan. And commercial loan, and because of that, you're on a different level of what you're purchasing, because you're purchasing commercial property, which again is still giving you the income and revenue that is there to be able to sustain the loan. So the chances are better of getting the loan because of the revenue. It's just steps and it's ways that you have to go into buying apartments. It's not really difficult. It depends on how many you're going after. I did have in my real estate time apartment complex, and I love that. And that's the part I'm going to talk to you in my next talk, or probably a couple of talks, about how you manage your property, because that matters and what you do when it comes to managing. Now, apartments are a good thing to go into. So, I mean, if you're interested, go into it. Now, the other one I like is tax liens. So you have some people that buy tax liens. And tax liens are when people don't pay their taxes on their home, and they go to your city, wherever they're handling the sale. You get to bid on that property for the tax lien, and if that person doesn't come back to you within 12 months and a day, you technically own the house outright on the basis of a tax lien. And it doesn't matter if there's a mortgage on it, first, second, it doesn't matter. If the tax lien comes into play, you own that property in 12 months and a day. So it's about waiting, because the person still has an opportunity to come back to get it from you. So you just get to charge them an interest fee, which some may have a cap. I don't know about your state or your city and what the cap would be, but some do have a cap on what you can charge somebody interest on that particular tax lien. Okay, so just check in with your city to see if there's a cap on the interest that you can charge someone to get that back. Okay, now when we're talking about the types of properties, what are they going to do? What is happening when you're purchasing these types of properties, and what could you do purchasing these type of properties? So, meaning you can buy them regular loan based on the type of property that's for sale, but you can also purchase foreclosures. That's on any of the properties. Apartments go into foreclosure, condos, townhomes, duplexes, triplexes, they all go into some type of foreclosure. Somebody or someone may go through something within their lifetime, and you get an opportunity to buy that property. Now, commercial properties I'm going to talk about now, more like your brick and mortar buildings where they're housing multiple businesses. And those businesses could be grocery stores, your electronic stores, restaurants, beauty supply stores, nail salons, things like that will be in a shopping center setting, or it may be an office building with floors, and those are considered commercial properties. Now, all these properties, again, can come down as being foreclosed on, that you can buy based on foreclosure, based on the lack of a tax lien, or just like I said, buying them regular. So those are the ways that you can buy, and those are the type of properties that you will come across. Now, remember, coming across these properties, there's various ways that you can purchase properties. Uh, and I'm going to talk about that because, so let me say this. When I got into real estate and I started buying real estate, I was using my money. And I do not recommend for you to use your money. Even if your credit score is not that good, there's still ways to buy property on bad credit until it gets better. And that has a lot to do sometime with foreclosures, pre-foreclosures. You can get properties like that that has nothing to do with your credit score because it's a way that you will process that to make it happen. And then you have hard money lenders that can help you buy properties. It has nothing to do with your credit at all because they're lending you the money and you're paying a higher interest on that loan. Now, back during the time I was buying properties, it was easy to get hard money lenders because there wasn't a whole lot of people that was into the game. We were into the game, but not a whole lot of people into the game. Now today, everybody, because of social media, they're all over and everywhere talking about how you can get into real estate. Is it saturated? I wouldn't say that. It's all about what you want. Do you want one property, two properties, three properties? What do you want? Do you want just single family home? Do you want multi-units? Do you want apartments? Do you want commercial? It's everybody's in a different lane. And what lane do you want to go in? Because that matters because there's various types of properties. Then you have to know your capability of buying those properties. Are you able to buy it with your own money, which I don't recommend? Are you going to go through a hard money lender, which I recommend? Are you going to go to a bank where they're going to give you the loan, which sometimes is harder? Your score has to be higher, and you want to make sure you're using properties that have some form of income coming in. That's my recommendation. So, or you can just use a friend, someone and they invest in it for you and they give you the money to buy the property. So there's various ways that you can do that. And it's not hard. It's not easy. You have to really, truly want to do this the right way, which I say about business. Don't go into this if you're not being about business because real estate is still about business. And you're going to be dealing with individuals and you have to deal with people on the business level. But I will talk about that when it comes to managing because I'm going to teach you about and give you some bullet points on managing. That's what I'll say. I'm going to give you some bullet points on managing property. That's going to probably take a series to talk about managing because I think a lot of people are not getting that. And this is why some people have tenants that leave their property damaged and everything. There's things that you have to do and things you should do to make sure that anyone that rents your property has more care about your property than you do. And there's a way to do that. And so I'll make sure that you get that information. So I hope I'll make sure that I put down in the link in the description the types of real estate that are out there for you to seek and buy. Make some money in it. Hey, if you're interested in real estate, get into real estate. Don't let these social media people tell you now's not the time to rent or own. Whatever you want to do and you feel comfortable in doing, hey, do it. Okay? So you've been with Dr. Pamela Y. Smith. We will be back, and I'll be coming back with a talk on what it takes to get into buying real estate and giving you a little more information about that, also about managing.